Hi, I'm Ann Sullivan, and welcome to our 12 Days of Harp Happiness Challenge. Now, the goal of this challenge is to learn a piece of music in 12 days, and the piece is my meditation on Silent Night. Now, of course, whether or not you actually get it learned in 12 days depends on a couple of things. It depends on your definition of learned, and it also depends on how your current skill level matches up with the skill levels required in the piece. Now, we do have a couple different versions, right? A basic one and one that's a little bit simplified. But with that in mind, the real goal here goes beyond learning that particular piece. The real objective of this challenge is to show you a different process for learning a piece, one that hopefully will not just help you learn this piece a little bit faster, but will give you techniques that you can use for learning any piece, anytime. It's a more focused approach and one that will take you through the learning stages with a lot of understanding. So that's what we're going to be working on in these 12 days. So if you have already joined our challenge, please know that you'll be able to go into the website, download the sheet music, and get started. If you haven't joined our challenge yet, and why not, you will find a link to join the challenge right here on this page, and you'll be able to take advantage of that and hop right on in and join us. But what I'd like to do now, for those of you who are ready to work with us and work on this piece, let's talk about your first steps. We'll be getting started on December 1st officially, but I want to give you some little homework to do in advance of that. So here's what I want you to do. Realize that we have two different versions, and feel free to download both. You don't have to make a choice now. You can pick and choose, and I'll show you ways to personalize these versions even further as we go through the challenge. But you'll be able to take a look and see what you think and compare them. They're very similar, but the simplified version does have a few important changes, mostly in the version of Silent Night that's in the middle of the piece. The 4-note chords are reduced to 3-note chords. The left hand is simplified, and of course, there are no lever or pedal changes in the simpler version. So that might be enough inducement right there for you to choose that version. Either way, whatever you want to do is just fine. Then the next thing I'd like you to do is whatever version you want to start with, play through that entire version. Hands together if you can. I want you to get a bird's eye view of the piece. Pay specific attention to the form of the piece, how the sections work together. You'll notice there are rehearsal letters in the piece so that you can sort of see the sections, but look at them, listen to them, see how they go. I would urge you to play as much of it as you can. Hands together. Go to hands separately when you have to, but hands together is really a great experience. Count as you play, even if you're not able to keep the tempo steady right now. Don't worry about working with a metronome right now. Just sort of count so that you can find out where everything is, which beat has which note, sort of thing. Also, don't worry about getting the ideal fingering at this point. When you're reading through this, use whatever fingering comes naturally. I mean, if you want to make a couple notes in your part for, what fingering you think is going to work best for you, that's fine. But the fingering that's going to work best for you is the one that comes most naturally to you. So we don't need to start with the exact fingering. We'll be talking about that in all the videos and on the Q&A calls as we go along. And we'll be talking about the fingerings in the forum, I'm sure, as well. So there are plenty of chances to ask questions about that. But start with just trusting your fingers to find the right places to go and let them do their own thing. We'll straighten out what we need to, and I'll be happy to answer whatever questions you have as we go. So for right now, all you need to do is download the music, play through it, take a look and see what's there. We're looking for that bird's eye view. And on December 1st, you'll be able to log on to the website and get that first video with the first first little foray into the piece that we'll do together. So I thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to working with you on this challenge. Again, if you haven't joined us yet, you'll find a link on this page to come over and join us, and I certainly hope you do. So I look forward to seeing you very soon.